What's up, DanceFam? We are back again with another episode of the session. I think this is episode 20-ish. But we're going to be reviewing and recapping World of Dance on NBC Season 2, Episode 7?
Yes. This is Episode 7.
Yes, Episode 7.
It's a long...
It feels a lot longer.
Episode
qualifier.
7, the qualifiers.
Again.
Force
So if this
Awakens.
is your first time tuning in, what we do is we just go around telling how we feel about each of the performances. We all have some kind of background in dance, especially in the urban dance industry, contemporary over here. And yeah, we just talk about it and see how we feel about everything. As I said, we will be doing World of Dance Season 2, Episode 7. And today, as always, we have fellow Justin Cortez.
I never left.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here last week.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
My stand-in was here.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thanks, JV.
JV.
And Eser Valencia.
What's up, guys?
How is it going, fellas?
It's been a great week. Kinda. Not really. I love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too. So we'll be reviewing, I keep saying this, World of Dance. Every time I say it, it's like another dagger in the heart.
No, it's because you're stalling. You don't really want to do it.
That's true. That could be it. Let's just get into
From the
this.
get-go.
Let's just get into
Let's
this.
go. Just do
so
it.
the first set, or the first performers, Cupcakes.
And
Little-
I'm done.
little teeny dancers from
they're-
Orange County.
Yeah, they were
hip hop
hoppers.
dancers. Though, I mean, they call themselves hip hop, right?
They did.
They did.
But they're really like studio.
It was studio
Dancing.
trained dancers.
Yeah. And here, their dancing aside, we'll get to that in a second. But
Sure.
like their whole package, their whole intro package, like I get it. They're young. But there is what they said hip hop is all about
Yeah.
is
Facials.
problematic. So problematic. And like I get that they're young and that they don't really know better, but it's on their instructors to instruct them, to teach them what the culture is about.
And almost their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The parents' influence
I mean,
as
their
well.
parents are the one that actually grew up in that culture. Like,
I know.
hopefully, they're from Orange County, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Orange
Orange
County.
County.
Okay, so like they may not be that well versed in like, maybe.
I mean, they're studio, so like it's
Could
as
be
good as it
split.
gets. But then there are a lot of studios out there, and all the industry dancers out there doing
Right.
teaching at the studios.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's a lot of heavy influence, especially out there in that particular county, I
Yeah.
would think.
Right.
Fair.
But like right from the get go, the facials and like how they gave examples. This is a sass face. Yeah.
This is a death stare. Face
Face
doesn't
doesn't
change.
I was like,
It's not much of a death stare.
no.
Nah.
Um,
It's like they're constipated or something.
They're kids.
but so getting into their performance, their actual dance,
Yeah.
they are very reminiscent of like a typical West Coast team,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
just miniaturized.
Right.
And we were playing Smash Brothers earlier, so it's like if if like an industry or if like a West Coast dance team touched a shrinking mushroom,
Yeah.
and then they just shrink because like they can move,
Mm-hmm.
they can dance,
They can
Yeah.
flip.
they can
They do all sorts of things.
can do aerials and gainers and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. They're studio dancers, but they did really well.
They did. They have so much potential. It's just that I definitely need them to tone down on the facials. Like, I understand like having a competitive face and like sometimes you need to be a little bit over the top, but it was just
Mm-hmm.
it took away from the quality of their dancing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just how I felt. I do agree they did do pretty well. I mean, they got scored higher than I thought they would. Derek was actually pretty hard on them, but
he gave him what I
I
thought
think so
they
too.
deserved
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah.
agreed with Derek's
Derek.
score.
I generally always agree with Derek's
Yeah.
score.
Esther,
Yeah.
what'd you think?
I don't know. I wanted to like them, but I felt like I was forcing them, liking them in terms of like their overall presence and personality.
Mm-hmm.
Their dancing was great. Don't get me wrong. I think it was just like they were being super extra for children, But I don't know if you can blame them, but they're influenced by whoever's instructing them,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
so,
They were bred for like, and we keep using the term bred. I actually wrote that too.
yeah,
They were like bred to do this kind of like Dance Moms
Yeah.
kind of feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely felt that way.
But they were trained and bred to perform, to compete in like
absolutely.
studio competitions.
Yeah.
So in like recitals and all that stuff. And we could be wrong, or I could be wrong about that, but that's at least how it felt like in terms of their set.
Mm-hmm.
They had like 4 counts of whacking.
Did they?
I didn't catch that.
It was in a transition. They were just like da 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 da.
Oh,
okay.
And it's like they moved into 2 lines, and then someone was coming down the middle, maybe 1 or 2 of them coming down the middle. But it was like that, and it was it wasn't clean. 1, because they were in a transition, and 2, because whacking, it's hard to get clean unless you guys are really trained well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like just like filler, that it was kind of like a, we've all been there. We teach at studios, and we just wanted to get a piece done and over with. Kind of like that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like. I mean, they are definitely good.
Yes, they're definitely the future of the dance industry.
They do.
But
They are.
I mean, I hope that they take it upon themselves to kind of learn a little bit more about the actual culture of hip hop and urban dance and the differences between them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I hope for everyone. Watching.
I mean, clearly, obviously.
They're still young. They have a long way to go on their dance journey if they continue to pursue it. So hopefully they do ingrain and embody the culture too.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of them were probably born around the time that we started dancing.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? Sorry, I hate saying that, but
The youngest was like 10, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we started before they were born. Oof.
I was 20.
Oh wow, I forgot I was 31.
Dang. Doesn't feel like it anymore, huh?
No.
I thought we were 25.
There was this one. They did have one trick that I really liked. There was a girl up front who was like dropping down into a split slow.
Oh yeah.
Then broke her neck.
That was
And did like a split dip.
that was pretty
A
nuts.
split shablam.
Split shablam.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was really cool.
She took her time with that one.
It fit really well where it landed.
Correctly.
If I recall,
Okay.
But they had really good use of stage, and that was about it. I think. A lot of movement, a lot of transitions.
Yeah.
Really good. Their scores: Neo gave him 84, JLo an 85, and then Derek an 80, which I agree with. With Derek,
I totally forgot. I didn't hear anything that the judges said because my power went out right after they performed, and I kind of feel like that was because that's how I felt. But but no, we had a crazy storm here on the East Coast. Just letting you guys know, our viewers.
They didn't say anything. They were just commenting on how cute they were.
Pretty overall, yeah. And Neo was
easier on the kids.
Neo was really just sizing them. I was like, "How are you guys?" Like, yeah. Yeah,
pretty much.
That's what it was. You didn't miss anything.
Joe was like, I'm sure you guys rehearsed this thousands of times, and then like, oh yeah, we did that. Like, yeah, of course. But anyway, so they're through. We'll see them in the duels next week.
The battles.
Well, at some point, yeah, the battles. The duels.
The duels.
Duel is worse.
It sounds like someone's gonna die.
Yeah, like Aaron Burr and Hamilton.
Those history who won that one. His name is Aaron Burr.
Let me no, spoiler alert, but they're both dead. Anyway, moving on to the next performers. Anything else from you guys?
No, I'm good.
I'm fine. Cool.
Next performers were Luka and Jocelyn. I actually remember them from last season.
Jenalyn.
Jocelyn. Jocelyn's my niece. Because I also have a niece named Jenalyn.
You had a choice. You chose poorly.
You chose poorly. Yeah. Jenalyn.
Okay.
Jenalyn.
Luka and Jenalyn. I do remember them from last year.
I do too, actually.
Yeah. I think because they were in one of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, they were very early in the last season.
That's literally one of the only episodes I ever watched.
I was like, I remember that face.
This one.
Yeah. So they're a contemporary duo, returning from last season from Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Canada and their great healthcare. So I was actually pretty excited to see them again, just to see how much they improved, or if they improved at all. And they did.
Yeah,
they did. but not as much as I would want
Right.
wanted them to. And I'll start this. I'll kick this one off. Things I did like from them is that they were super fluid in their movement.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of likened it to a b-boy who just threaded all the time.
Oh yeah.
And threading is when, I don't know how to explain it. It's literally how it sounds. You make a hole for another one of your limbs to go through, and kind of just, it's kind of like, and it's what Domke says all the time. It's like kind of like writing in cursive, or
never thought of it that way.
Making a sentence.
Yeah.
True.
It's like you want to make a sentence in each of your sets, but then like for him, like he likes using cursive to make it fancy and fluid. Anyway, so that's how I felt about Luka.
A little peek into Domke's process.
That's what I liked about Luka and Jenalyn.
Yes. Yes.
Gentlemen.
You are correct, sir.
And there was this one move where like he started off with two arm lift, but then went into one.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, he's strong.
He is a very strong guy. I think they said that he used to like play sports or something. Like he was like a football player or something like that.
Probably. Which football? He's from Canada.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't remember if it was him last year, but I think he was an athlete, and then maybe he played hockey. I don't know. It's Canada.
He's strong. He can
Yeah.
play.
And then he switched over to dance or something. I
Yeah.
could be wrong. One of your viewers, please let us know. But yeah, I mean that's actually really popular. Like athletes take dance to kind of help with their flexibility and their agility, and then some actually stay. Like for me, I was an athlete, and then joined dance, and that was it.
My blank stare is because I'm trying to remember what sport you played.
I was a martial artist.
That's right. That's not a sport. Come on.
No, I also played soccer.
It's an art.
I kicked a lot. I was a good kicker.
Oh yeah, soccer.
Soccer too.
I'm just kidding. Is it considered a sport?
Martial arts?
Yeah.
Martial arts.
I guess MMA.
Olympics.
MMA.
It's Olympic
yeah,
sport.
you're
Olympic
right.
sport.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Pass.
So they call themselves, they're categorized as contemporary, and I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're really urban influenced.
Urban influence, very lyrical too.
Okay.
I would say. It's so hard because like in terms of like what people think hip hop dance is, that is actually contemporary of hip hop. If you think, like it's kind of an abstract take on what on the music that was developed and everything. People dance to it, but it's that abstract take that makes it contemporary. So it's kind of like,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Great take.
Yeah, but like contemporary in terms of like the modern dance and the lyrical and technically trained world, yeah, definitely they fit into that category, I would say, especially with the way that they move with each other. It's very unique to them, because what the judges always say is that no one can do what they do, and I kind of agree, because he's just got so much strength and
all the power.
She's tall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to. Not to say that I can't. I just can't.
I'm willing to wager. Anyway.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Eser, what did you think about them?
Incredible. I loved them last year as well, and they did make a better impression this year. But I was waiting for something a little more in their set.
True.
But at the same time, like, you don't want to give it all away at the first try. So give it some time. But I'm glad they're gonna be able to move on, and I really appreciated how they played with the music when they were doing their entire set, because you know how we were saying earlier, the threading, like it played very well with the music, how they were just motioning each other within it, and the fluidity was just amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
I think,
and Luka's strength, man.
Yeah,
like
just strong
crazy
dude.
Like
even his name is strong.
Yeah,
Luka.
Oof.
Yes, I'm Luka.
What? Oh no!
Sorry, he's Canadian.
Oh no!
he's not.
First, he's Canadian. Second, I don't know what accent that was.
I don't know.
That was Dutch.
Yeah, I
It was a
think
Dutch
that was.
accent.
I don't know. For some reason, that's what came to mind.
Solid accent,
Yeah.
Eser. Not bad.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I think I agree with you. I think that the fluidity was overplayed a little bit. I wrote down that it got kind of boring at one, like around the middle
I
and
would
stuff.
agree.
Okay.
But I mean, they're a great team. I
Yeah.
think, and they've done this before. I think that makes them a threat
Yeah.
in this competition. They know what to expect.
Very much so.
I don't know. I mean, the mere fact that we weren't like completely blown away, I don't think that doesn't put them in top 5 for me at least.
That's fair.
But
yeah.
who knows though?
Yeah, they could have something on their
Who knows?
on their belt. You know,
It's
one move that they did that they ended with that I really liked was when like
The
she was
last
on
one.
his back and was falling down, kind of like
And she stopped. And they
yeah,
were like,
like it kind of reminded me of The Price is Right with the yodeling game.
Oh god.
You
I know
what
which one
I mean?
you're
There's
talking
a
about.
dude yodeling up
He
the
goes
thing.
up the mountain
and you have to stop him at the right place
before he falls off.
I don't know why.
I've never seen that game before.
I'm just
We're just leaping all over
okay,
North
let's
America.
let's talk about prices right now.
Leaping all over North America and Europe right now.
So Neo gave him an 88,
Yes.
J-Lo an 86,
Mhm.
and Derek an 87 for an average of an 87. It was a little high, I
Yeah.
thought, for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would agree with Neo made a comment about Luka's face, like looking
Yeah.
strained, and then J-Lo always had to like, no, he's not that.
That's just his dance face.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
you
no.
can have a dance face, but I think with their particular style, you can't have that face. I don't
Right.
think. So I don't. To me, it didn't come off as
Mhm.
like a face in the moment. It came off as a face in the moment of pain that he was going through.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't even painful. It's just, when you lift something, you
You strain
automatically make a
little bit,
face.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm thinking about my faces now.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Anything else about them?
No.
Well,
I agree
just
that they
gonna
were
wait
scored a
and
lot higher. I think it's because they know them. They might be a little bit biased.
Could be it.
Yeah.
We could be right.
perhaps.
Anything for you?
I'm good. That's it for me.
We're ready. Moving on, we have the Jam Project.
The Yam. Project.
DC natives.
Jason Hawley.
Yeah.
We actually know that guy. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like Jason. Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
The funny thing was when I watched him, I was like,
Man, he gives me a vibe that I know.
I know him.
I've
Yeah.
seen this man before.
I didn't want to assume, but I don't know personally, but like I think I've taken one of his classes before.
Cool.
Vic takes class with him all
Mhm.
the time.
I know Moonard does. Chris Moonard does too.
Yeah, Mona knows some.
I think he knows all of them
Yeah,
actually,
he knows
Yeah.
very well actually.
because he's in the studio industry around here.
Yeah.
So like I said, they are from DC. They are a tap crew, and they're all tap dancers, tap teachers,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mhm.
full time.
Yep.
So this is what they do full time, and it's what they do, it's what they live, it's what they breathe. So I expected a lot from this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second tap performance so far this season. The first guy was kind of amateurish.
Yeah, he's young.
He was
He still
young.
made it through, so we'll see.
Yeah, so he's still did great, had a lot of great ideas. But these guys are experienced,
Yeah, they're
and they have their own personality when it comes, their own take on tap.
Mm-hmm.
Take on me, tap. Take
On me.
There she goes again. That's what it sounds like. Anyway, so they're like a real crew,
Yeah.
like legit.
Their vibe actually reminded me of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because they're a real crew,
Yeah,
in
they
the
know.
sense that they grew up, or a bunch of them grew up together.
Yeah, like they've known each
Together
other since
forever.
elementary school.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
longer than we've known each other.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Huh?
Okay.
I met you in elementary school.
I don't remember. I'm old now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Who knows?
They did good.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
did. They were, for me, they were super clean. First of all, like I couldn't tell if one of them was off, like at all, because they all seemed perfectly in sync with each other, and they were fun. Like overall, I wasn't typing notes through this whole
Mhm.
set because I was just enjoying it.
Yeah.
With any other set, and so far this season, I was just like,
Yeah. No, dude, they are what I think they tied for one of my favorites of the night. Because
okay,
they were Derek pointed out the counter rhythms,
yeah,
and I was like, wow, I didn't really understand that at first, so I rewound it and watched it again, and I was like, okay, wow, that's really cool.
mhm,
Because I'm not a tapper, I don't really know how those things work.
mhm.
But man, they were they were just fantastic. I actually liked them a lot.
Yeah, I did too. Again, they were fun, but I think JLo keeps saying this about anyone she hates. There needs to be another level of whatever.
Yeah.
And for them, I would probably have to agree, not in the sense that they were inadequate, but just that if they're going to really pull something out, they're going to need to do it, and it's going to need to be big.
Yeah.
Because there was one part where one guy was soloing in the front, and he did a couple of tricks, but they weren't that great.
Yeah.
You know, it was just hopping over one leg kind of thing, which is hard, especially with tap, because people will know if you're off because they can hear it too.
Yeah.
So not to take away from him, but it's just, I don't think they'll need something bigger. I think
that's the
I
challenge.
mean, when they're allowed to have like stages on stages, you know,
yeah.
it could be very Nicholas Brothers kind of.
True.
I mean, I'm hoping for something like that. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
that's the next level. I think that would really put them
Nicholas
over.
Brothers are so legendary.
I know they're pretty much uncomparable.
Yeah.
But I mean, you remember what Neo said? He just really wants someone to just like knock out the music and just go off.
Yeah.
He said that about
I
the
said
first,
that too. I said that, yeah.
He said that about the first kid, and then again.
And I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, because like, man, it's like it's like standard almost.
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, so not only are tap dancers, but they're also musicians at the same time.
Yeah.
So like they're percussionists at the same time. So, you know, what better way to showcase it than, you know, to cut out the music and show them what you're actually doing and what you're actually making with your feet, so that people with their ears can hear it.
True.
You know. But again, I was just hoping that was going to happen. Didn't happen. But they were still good. I still had a lot of fun watching them.
Yeah, me
had
too.
more fun watching them than the first kid.
Yeah,
who did
absolutely.
tap. Eser, what'd you think?
I've always actually wanted to try and learn tap. The opportunity just never happened for me. But I enjoy it as much as I have been training. Been training in locking. So I'm like thinking maybe one day it'll be like a locking tapping kind of fusion with me if I ever did that.
That sounds tough.
Yeah, I'm like trying to imagine.
I've done Heelys.
Yeah, you've done that.
That's really tough.
Say that.
You can you're gonna put metal on your knees too, your knee pads, so that
God.
you can make tapping sounds with your knees.
Then
your knee drops.
Oh my god, my knees are done.
No, you can put pads on the inside.
No.
You guys are literally talking of like a new age melodic.
Anyways, they were very entertaining for me. I love that was my personal favorite of the night. The Jam Project was just doing it. Like they were engaged with the audience. They were making use of that stage, and they just didn't let up. And it was just a good time, and I felt that. But again, J-Lo with some of these comments, you know, and I don't know. I think from the very beginning, before they even started performing, she said like, "Takes a certain gentleman to tap." I'm like,
what does that even mean?
What does it mean? What are you saying, woman?
She doesn't even go here.
She's just putting people in categories.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, like I talked about this last week about like she stereotypes dance styles.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't here, but like, so like with if anything besides contemporary needs to have another level.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Like she really grinds my gears. I have nothing good to say. I have nothing good to say.
Mm-hmm.
She looks good,
but that's about it. But yeah, just to finish it off, like I did have to watch their performance again on YouTube, and just catching those intricacies that Derek was talking about, like the counter tapping, and I was like, I caught it the second time I watched it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is more amazing than the first time.
That's what I'm telling you, man. Derek gives me hope as a judge, man.
Derek is the only judge.
Yeah.
The only legit one.
Yeah.
Right.
I was looking on Facebook and literally everyone else was saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, we were having an argument on Facebook. Shout out to Cam and Ollie and Nick.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Who was it? It was either Cam or Ollie who was like, she may have started as a dancer, but she doesn't dance anymore.
I think that was either me or Ollie.
Yeah, it might have been. I think it was Ollie.
Yeah.
And I agree.
She's lost touch.
Anyway, so Neo gave him an 82, JLo an 83, Derek an 84. It's about right, I think.
I thought it was a little low.
Little
I
low?
just like them a lot.
I had fun. Like
Yeah.
I did
but
too.
that was about it though. Nothing that made me just like. Okay, no. After I was smiling. I don't know.
Okay, so like there's this one moment when they're just like going at it. Cameras panning like this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they,
They
just
are
kinda,
like
was great.
watching it.
Yeah, they are.
and they like break down. They're like, bah, bah, bah,
I know,
or something,
right?
I was like,
They
dude,
were
that-
That's
following
true.
it.
That's
It
what
was
I'm-
amazing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's that kind of showmanship that makes me want to watch them again and
Yeah.
rewatch them. Like,
yeah.
like at the end of the day, like it is a competition.
Yeah.
But I mean, we are in that age of YouTube and everything. Like, who's got the most views on their videos now? Because
That's true.
it's that kind of thing that's really gonna dictate who wins this competition. Like,
Yeah.
who's remembered after this.
Yep.
So,
I agree.
You're right.
I agree with that point.
I mean, I'm glad they made it through.
definitely.
Me too.
I'm sure we all are. I'm sure. I guess they're gonna pit the two tap dancers against each other.
That's like an
Oh.
army against a child.
Oh wait, no,
No,
yeah,
no,
different
no.
divisions.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Okay.
They're an adult division. It's okay. Don't worry. That's messed up.
Imagine that.
What?
It's like when
You
Peter.
got-
Griffin-
yeah. 7 grown men against
Against
like
a
a 14,
boy.
16-year-old boy.
An inexperienced boy.
That was literally like that episode of Family Guy when Peter was against the New England Patriots.
True. All right, let's move on. Next group or not
Duo.
really a group, yeah, duo.
Duo.
marInspired. So it's like marInspired.
Inspired.
Oh, maybe they were inspired in March. And
Maybe.
Well,
Go on.
I always thought about the name.
that's it.
It kind of.
So they are a contemporary duo from LA, but the fun part is they are a male contemporary duo.
Okay.
Something that this is the first time I actually ever seen it.
Yeah.
to be honest.
Me too.
Just right from their pre-story booth kind of thing. What do you call pre-roll?
Talking head almost.
Yeah,
like-
right.
Yeah.
They had a lot of passion about what they were doing.
They sure
Mhm.
did.
A lot of pride in what they were doing.
Yeah.
And
Hey.
yeah, hey,
Yep.
double
Mm.
entendre, double meaning.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of pride, and that made me really, really happy to see something like this happening, breaking molds. I always love
Yeah.
it when molds break.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Sure.
Because, like, to be honest, I don't think I've even seen a female contemporary duo.
no.
Yeah, I think
I don't think
so.
so.
So you think you can dance kind of played with it a little bit
Mhm.
on the show when they brought in like the All Stars.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they would have male dancer like contemporary stuff and like female and everything.
But nothing like this.
Nothing like this. Like I think that you can put two strangers together and like make something like beautiful, but these two have worked. It seems like they've worked together. I don't know. Are they a couple or
I have no idea.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't say. But you can tell that they have a real chemistry together that they've really worked on and crafted together,
Mhm.
and it showed in their performance. Like honestly, their performance was so empowering and so beautiful in the sense that it actually reminded me of like the growing pains of a relationship.
True. Yeah, yeah.
And it's weird that not weird. I wouldn't say weird,
They're
but like
set.
their set
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like their whole idea behind their set. Like there were moments where it just reminded me of like my own relationship with my fiance and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's amazing that you can do that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, in a in a performance where you don't necessarily identify, you find an identifying point.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. So that's how I felt about it. They were my favorite of the night. So
Yeah, I think I would have to agree. They were my favorite of the night too.
yeah.
One thing you touched on about asking whether or not they were a couple,
Yeah.
I felt like they were tiptoeing around the fact that they were gay.
Yeah.
Like, not once did they mention the word even gay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They just said that they were a male contemporary.
Yeah.
duo.
Mhm.
I don't think we've ever had two males.
yeah, two guys.
And two guys in this.
Yeah,
in
J-Lo,
this sense.
J-Lo said couple, and then she corrected herself.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think maybe
They don't want to assume.
or they don't like. Maybe the studio doesn't want them to say it or something like that.
I hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
You know?
Because like it's important, and I know that like it's very important to be represented
Yeah.
Mhm.
in a
Yeah.
competition. Like every time I see a Filipino dancer, I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But for the gay community, like it's harder because like they don't have as many representations like in the media as they should.
Yeah.
So that man, I stand for everything that they put on that stage, and they are just phenomenal dancers. The way
They
that
really are.
their partner work is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
one thing I really liked was you touched on this a little bit. The story within their performance.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could follow like every part of it and like
Absolutely.
see all the emotion that was happening. They had like good times.
Yep.
Times where they fit together and that they connected in unison.
Yes.
But then other times where they were thrashing against each other, doing their own individual moves. And man, that really this is how you do a story right.
Yeah.
This is how you emote properly.
Right.
I guess
It was
this
just-
is musicality at its best because you're actually bringing out the music with the dance, with the moves, as opposed to dancing to the music. I keep saying this all the time.
Yeah, that's
I could
have the shirt.
I could preach this all
Great
I want,
shirt.
but so yeah, that's one thing I really liked. And at first, I was complaining, just to myself watching, like, oh well, I think his name is Charles, the bigger gentleman, who I guess is like the stronger lead.
Yeah.
I was complaining to myself. I was like, man, he's not doing that much. It's just the smaller guy who's doing most of the moves. But then right when I said it, he busted out into like turns.
Yeah.
And, like,
he got it down. He nailed
he did
this.
8 pirouettes and took coupe.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, man, he's not even doing it.
Well,
Yep.
you have been corrected, sir.
You win.
Hey man, center of gravity, man.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, yeah.
I wonder about the glossiness of that dance floor too. It's like people have been spinning on that for like days.
Dancers don't spin; they turn.
Sorry.
Excuse
me. Turn. They turn very well on that stage. Yeah, but it was the true definition for me of a beautiful mess on that stage.
True definition.
Like. I think it just takes great skill when it comes to like finding that line of like doing too much on stage, making it look like what's going on, and then like, okay, it's too clean and like it's like so readable, like obvious, but this one was just right there, like in that good spot, like that
good.
Yeah, that good.
see, this is what I talk about when I say cleanliness versus personality.
Yeah,
like super clean. The more clean you are, the more robotic you are. Like the less emotion and
less genuinity.
Personality. Yeah, thank you. There is, like, at least it can be lost, and it's way easier to be lost when you're that way. But when you throw all the cleanliness out, then your emotion really, really comes out.
Yeah.
You're free to be yourself, and your personality just shines.
Absolutely.
It definitely works. I mean, it works. It doesn't work all the time, clearly.
Yeah.
But for their set, it worked perfectly because that was the whole point to their set.
They were just an amazing duo. I loved watching them.
Yeah.
They're great.
Man, I could go on and on for that.
Yeah.
One thing I wrote was, I hope you like lifts because they put lifts on lifts on lifts. Because they legit had.
Yeah, they really were.
They went from lift to lift to lift.
Yeah.
There was that one where he like ended like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like melted. Oh man, that was so cool.
Yeah, they were really good.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're gonna go far.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Which is so crazy because they're gonna obviously be up against all the other like dance duos in their category. Like there are a lot of really, really good ones.
Yeah, but they're really good, and they have like the whole idea of a male duo.
Yeah. It stands out.
Yeah, exactly. They're unique.
Very memorable.
I have a lot of hope for them.
Yes.
Me too.
So Neil gave him an 88. Derek gave him a 90, and JLo gave him a 96. I put an arrow next to it, and I was like, damn.
96 kind of high, but still, like I would have done like at least the 90s, like mid 90s for their performance.
Neil was pretty low with low with them. Yeah, it was good. Twas good. Anything else for you guys?
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to one of my favorite for a different reason performance. So Alisa and Joseph.
I just realized what you meant.
Alisa and Joseph, they are a couple from Estonia, I think Alisa is, and Joseph may be from Greece, I think. Something like that.
Really? I thought they were both from the same place.
I think originally he might be from Greece.
Okay.
I could be making it up.
Yeah.
I did some background research when after performance.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I remember.
So maybe he lives there now, but whatever. So this is their first competition, and I've actually seen a little bit of what they've done before. So, and I've seen this performance, this set done.
Oh.
It's at least 6 months old, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
They did this at Urban Dance Camp.
Oh, okay.
That's where I've known them. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember now.
Mhm.
okay.
They changed up a little bit, but for the most part, it's all the same. I remember because man, she's pretty. So
No
there,
question
it comes
there.
out now.
There it is.
there it is.
Estonia.
This Estonian water. So they were super clean,
Yes.
like to a fault. They weren't off at all.
No.
I don't think.
I
Like, not-
tried
not
looking
even
at stuff.
not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I have problematic notes.
We'll get there.
Okay.
First, I'm just trying to say what I liked about them.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. They were super clean. They were able to show emotion and get their story across. The story was cute for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it. Don't get me wrong, they are phenomenal dancers and they
Hey.
can move.
I agree,
The problem is they are just like carbon copies
dude.
Yeah.
Say it.
of
Say
of
it.
Keone and Mari, man.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, Keone and Mari are like my top dancers in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
in my,
yeah.
in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
Like, I've watched
They've made a different style.
I know.
They've changed the style
I
of urban
know.
dance.
and I don't know. I can't speak on Alisa and Joseph's like training where they learn and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but and it sucks if they like develop their own style, like away from everything. It's
Yeah.
it's like one of those things that happens in a different area. It's like when house music was being developed, like did it start in Chicago or did it start in New York? Like stuff like things like that. But man, like for me, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. There are almost like full sections of choreography that I've seen Mari and Keone do, like full like,
Oh, you
like
think they bit?
phrases. Yeah, it's actually in my notes. Like I don't want to say they bit, but like there were some things that I was just like, I've definitely seen that phrase
Mm.
before. And that's why I was like, okay, this could be problematic. Like, I don't want to call bites on someone that I, like,
Yeah, I know.
I hate being that guy. Like, I don't want to be that guy that calls bites on someone. But like, I was watching it and I was thinking, I can't get this out of my head. Like it looks almost word for word
Yeah,
in some points.
yeah, man.
That's understandable.
So, I mean, and that's only because like I've watched Keone and Mari and been in awe of what they can do for like years.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were exactly Keone and Mari, pretty much. Like down to like even like personality too, or showing like cuteness within their performance.
I mean, yeah.
The way they told a story with their dance,
Yes.
it was almost
their
way they do it.
Their facial expressions.
Yeah.
That was another thing.
Yeah.
Like they had the same almost facials and
Mhm.
stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is.
It's quite
if I'm making
curious.
this up.
I mean, I'm glad JLo mentions like, yeah, you guys are like Keone and Mari.
Yeah, someone had to say it.
Eser, what did you think of them?
Yeah, pretty much that was covered a lot of things. Even when Justin was saying like, just the familiarity of their movement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I just put Keone and Mari's faces on them, I don't think it would have made so much of a difference.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be able to tell.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
So
Well, Keone's better than Joseph.
Yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, I think it's just very conceptual things that are gonna vary between them and Keone and Mari.
Mhm.
But we'll see down the line. But right now, it's just like it's so close to each other,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I just hope that in the future that they have something very defining amongst them that really sets them apart from this iconic duo that we've always known. Keone and Mari.
Right. So, did one of the judges say that, was it JLo who said that they needed to do more or stand out. Otherwise, they won't
Yeah, I think
get very
so.
far. Or maybe Neo. I forget. One of them, I think they said. But I agree with you. They definitely need to be their own
identity.
Yeah, if they want to go far, because otherwise they're just Keone Mari, and we're just gonna keep saying it.
Yeah.
If they keep moving that same way.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there are a lot of dancers. In fact, most of the new
Right.
dancers nowadays are
They're-
moving like
they're starting to
Keone
take on
Mari. Just like that way, the isolations that they do, and the movements that the way they move, it's being taken on now. So with their scores, Neo given a damning 92, J-Lo a 94, and Derek an 86, which is, I would agree with Derek.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, it was good to like a fault.
Yeah, but the judges
but-
probably haven't watched as much of Keone Mari as
No, they
probably we
haven't.
have and
Yeah.
everything.
So
It's just the partner work was just too familiar.
Yeah, man.
Ugh.
Oh,
I-
I'm like looking down.
I
like
feel
sad.
bad. It's like almost like I wish we could do like shot for shot.
Yeah. I'm
Gosh.
surprised there aren't any like twins biters.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, no one can move like them.
there are a lot of people who try. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else about them?
They're engaging. I still like them.
Yeah,
Alisa and Joseph. They're good.
Pretty face.
Yeah.
her too.
That's true.
But yeah,
Um,
definitely Neo and J-Lo, for me, they scored a little higher than I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Let's move on then. There were like 8 performances this
Yeah.
time.
They crammed in
Around-
quite a few in this one.
So the next group, next performers were the gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brothers, one older, one much younger.
Much
Yeah.
younger, but I think maybe almost just as good. as
Yeah,
his
yeah,
brother.
if not better.
Yeah.
Neo inspired. They got their name from, I guess, the Year of the Gentleman. They love Neo.
Oh, that's such
Yeah.
a
I can get
album.
down with them.
That
And-
I thought about you. I was like, they picked a good song.
yeah,
They have their clothes.
I've definitely heard
I
you.
almost choreographed to this one.
I
too.
know you did.
Almost, man.
Yeah, I mean, you've done everything else. It's like really hard.
And I could, because you can lock to it too. I was like, man. Anyway,
Yeah, but you wouldn't have made it through because JLo doesn't like locking.
true.
Oh
so,
boy.
Yeah, they're like, I guess, urban dance.
Yeah.
Urban dance. I mean, they keep saying hip hop, but it's like it's not
It's
hip hop.
urban dance.
Urban dance. They were good, but I would have to agree with the judges in the sense that I forget who said it. Might have been Neo, I think,
Yeah,
who said that moves bled into each other in their
Yeah,
transitions.
he did say that.
just a little bit more sharpness, and
Yeah.
that would have been the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly.
Because they were good.
Yeah,
They
and they
were.
had a lot of great ideas. Like there was this one trick where like the younger brother held out his finger and like the bigger brother was on him and he spun him
Yep.
around.
Yep.
I was like, oh, that was cool.
That was really
Yeah.
cool. I like their groove.
Yeah.
Like they actually had like a solid groove to them,
They can move, man.
and they can
They
move. and,
really
like,
could.
They could kind of not really b-boy, but like they're athletic.
Yeah.
in the sense.
And J-Lo, I think, said it too. Like they look like street dancers.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you went to like someone's backyard and just started dancing, that's
Yeah.
how it looked. And yeah, you can see that because
Yeah,
they had a lot of personality. They had a lot of style.
for sure.
Like a lot of flavor, man. In their set.
Was those suits?
Yeah, it worked, man.
It
And
did.
I love a good like what is it?
Blazer?
Blazer.
Yeah,
Blazer.
true. It's
Lost
true.
the word. I'm sorry.
Words.
I guess I don't like it that much.
But I guess going along with the whole idea of bleeding movement, and and the transition not being clear enough, is that it kind of went by really fast.
No, absolutely.
Maybe it got cut.
I think it did get cut
Okay.
because I think they were rushing through those two performances.
Yeah.
This one and the next
And the
one.
next one.
So I'm sure they cut a bit of it off.
Hmm.
But regardless of that fact, it went by too fast in the
Mhm.
sense that you blink and you miss the whole thing
That's
pretty
it.
much, or all the good parts because they keep cramming a lot of their movements into it.
You think about that actually would sway people's opinion of them because only the people that were at the performance really know how
That's
well
true.
they
Yeah,
did.
they really do.
So J-Lo said that their set wasn't stage worthy, perfectly stage worthy.
Yeah.
I don't see what was wrong with it. I think it was to she was going to the whole fact that it was like a street dance kind of thing. I'm like, what is she watching, man? It was really entertaining.
And I mean, they showed I think that I would. Okay, let me start over. They showed a lot of their personality in my opinion.
Yeah.
'Cause I know this is something that you really love. See
Yeah.
people showing their personality. They may have gotten that personality from Neo.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, in a sense, like, I mean, the gentleman type aura is a nice one to pull from.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I thought it was a nice gimmick.
Yeah.
But like, I agree with just what you're saying.
Sure. Yes, sir.
I don't know. J-Lo still grinds my gears, man. When she said that, I was just like, are you kidding me? These kids had such great stage presence, and they were just here and like, I don't know.
She's only adding more to like the whole bias thing.
It was just so
She's
much.
creating more of a divide.
Yeah. Like you're separating them for what reason? Like these kids did their thing, and I think they should. They were cheated.
Yeah.
I feel like they were cheated just by a little bit.
Right. So let's get into that. Neo gave him an 81.
Yeah.
J-Lo was 79. I was like, oh gosh, okay, so an 80 average right now.
Yeah.
And then Derek hit him, sealed the deal with another 79. And I was like, dang, that's rough.
That's so
Yeah.
rough.
So rough.
They had a 79.7, which wasn't enough to get through.
Dang, to miss it by 0.3.
I know, man. It's terrible.
I really hope they come back next year.
They were like the third or fourth team that didn't make it through.
Maybe like the fifth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Fifth-ish.
Ish.
So anything else about them? Yeah, that one went by quick, and so did the next group.
Yeah, it like went right into it too.
Right, Dragon House from Atlanta.
Roadhouse.
They called themselves like animation dancers.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I recognize a couple of them. They're more soloists than anything.
Yeah.
Solo freestylers, and that definitely shows in their set.
Yep.
Because, first of all, it wasn't as strong. Their movements and their hits weren't as strong either.
No.
Because they all hit different ways.
Yep. Yeah.
First of all, and then second, when you do hit different ways, it can either be seen as unclean, which it was,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or just weak, which it could have been also.
Yeah. This is one of those times that I wish I knew more about like the popping scene and like the fundamentals of popping, because animation is kind of like, it kind of stands alone from like Boogaloo and whatever else there is. I really wish I knew more about it, to be honest. Then I could give more of an opinion. But I do agree that honestly, I would have put the gentleman over them, to be honest.
It's crazy. Like,
They made it through barely with an 80.
Yeah.
right there, the bare minimum.
The gentlemen were way better, I think, in my opinion. There was one. I mean, you could definitely tell that they were amateurs as a group.
Yeah.
Like I think they're way better dancers, like in terms of
We just
freestyling and
made
soloing.
like a quick call, like, hey, you want to do the show real quick?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, sure.
Show up tomorrow.
But like even with their theme, like the
Yeah.
whole Bruce Lee martial art
Yeah.
kind of thing, it was just really weak.
Yeah.
It didn't match up with me.
No, it didn't.
Like, I was watching, I was like, what's the relation here between their set and their costumes right now?
Mhm.
Like,
it didn't really they didn't really sell it too well.
no pun intended, it didn't punch me in the face. It just didn't.
There was one part or one comment that JLo made saying that, or first of all, she doesn't know what a hit is. Like, she doesn't know what popping.
Oh my gosh.
She calls it pop locking.
I literally wrote, that was a clear moment for her JLo to say popping, and she didn't say it. Oh gosh.
But like, she was like, yeah, when you guys do that thing, I was like, okay, that's called hitting.
JLo, go home.
It's the it's a fundamental of popping, and no, not pop locking. Man. Another thing about them that I didn't like though was that their transitions were really boring. They kind of were just walking from place to place.
It wasn't there. I mean, it could have passed for like if you're doing a street performance, but like if you're on stage like this,
Yeah.
they needed more pizzazz,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word.
For animation's not that animated.
It really wasn't.
Yeah,
Again, it could have been cut to the point where
that's true.
we didn't like it.
Yep.
It might have been better if we saw the full performance, but
The editing was definitely rushed on this.
we'll never get the director's cut
Never.
of Justice League. So Neo gave him an 81, JLo an 80, and Derek is 79. Oh, I made a note. How did they make it through and not the gentleman?
It's uncanny. I don't understand. I really don't.
It wasn't good. That's what it was.
Yeah. Go figure. I will never understand how people get through and don't.
We just need to get through the duels. Maybe it'll be better then.
I hope so.
Anything else about them before we move on?
If they're getting put through, they better do better.
Yeah. Better do butter.
Better do better.
Can't believe it's not better.
Can't believe it's not gutter. Next group, the Quad Squad. The Quad Squad. Man.
Here we go.
Another studio team.
Yes.
From Orange County, contemporary. Would you call them contemporary?
Lyrical.
Yeah.
Personally, I would say lyrical just because there wasn't anything too abstract about their performance.
Mm-hmm.
Their flexibility and contortion was amazing, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
And their turns. I wrote turns in my notes because that one girl did like
The overarching.
like just like a scorpion almost.
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
pulled
yeah.
straight
I
up
mean-
and was like turning with it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh.
I thought that was another arm that was just up there.
She did the gold finger.
Straight
gold
up.
member.
Gold member.
That's right. Yeah, they were good. They had quads. I don't know
Yep.
if you noticed.
They do have quads.
Yeah,
I thought that was the name.
great. Nothing gets by you, Eser.
I think they're gonna end every. I'm gonna call it now. They're ending every performance in a squat.
Yeah. always in that
I guess-
stance.
Might be their thing. I
Yeah.
guess.
I would say so.
When they first came on, they were just coming on. JLo was like, "They look like a team," and then in the back of my mind, I'm like, "They are a team. They're not a group of. They're not like a bunch of strangers that just came out of nowhere to just perform. Hey, you guys have quads, right? You wanna do this thing?
Oh gosh.
The tryout is literally just lift up your pant leg.
Let's see them muscles.
Exactly. They look like a team. I was just shaking my head. I was like, God,
Good job, JLo. Good job.
I hope she knows what she's saying when she said that.
One of my notes was legs because they were super strong.
Yeah.
And the turns again, man.
Yeah, dude.
Turns are nuts.
The one move. Oh, dude, the way that they lifted their legs up, and then they bent them.
Oh my
like, at a
gosh.
90-degree
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
Like
I
they
was
were
like-
firing at guns or something. It was
It's a
crazy.
firing range. I was looking where they were pointing. Like,
It's true.
that was so good.
So two things for me actually. First thing is that they were super clean early on,
Yeah.
but I thought they got less clean as the performance went on. Oh, excuse me, I was about to throw up. I don't know why. Maybe the quads.
Okay.
But yeah, so I thought they were really clean early on in their set, and as it kept progressing,
Yeah.
it just felt less clean to me. I think maybe because they were focusing more on the tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, so they were called contemporary. You call them more lyrical,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like they were more urban than anything.
Really?
I feel like they had a lot of urban movements, especially to the song that they chose.
What did they do again?
I don't know. It was, I mean, it was something you really wouldn't see either a lyrical or a contemporary dancer do.
Yeah.
It's anything abstract, but yeah,
It's forgettable.
yeah, I think so too. But they saved them for last. Apparently, that means they're the best. I probably would have put Alisa and Joseph last, or no, even the male duo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
marInspired. Yeah, that's about it for me with them. They were okay.
Very strong dancers. I think they moved really well to the music. Albeit that I don't really remember what the music was. And they were just strong. Like they showed off their athleticism and their flexibility. Like those are two things that are very important for dancers.
Right.
That one trick where they I think the girls were on the floor and they extended their legs
Yeah.
and they just
Yeah.
dropped back. I
Yeah.
was I literally went I recoiled.
Yeah.
I thought they broke themselves.
Fair.
Yeah, I wrote that down here. I was just like,
You
on
wrote
the
it on the cardboard.
I ran out of paper. So on the floor, leg contortion. Wow. So when I saw that, I seriously just sank in my seat. I was like, Oh, that hurts. That hurts so badly.
Somebody get this man a notebook.
I will have a new one next week.
Fantastic.
For our viewers watching. Oh, this camera over here. See that?
Oh, wait. Let me put it up. There you go.
Oh gosh.
See it?
There you go.
There you go. Ran out of paper.
Hey, at least it was
Don't need paper.
whatever. I had to use this up.
Oh, man, save a tree.
This was a gift.
Okay.
All right. Calm down, guys. Anything else? So Neo gave him a 91, JLo an 86? 86, and Derek a 90.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A little higher than I expected, actually.
Right.
I thought they were going to be like 80s, low 80s.
Me too.
So we'll see them. Not many. I think this whole season so far, maybe like 5 people cut.
A lot.
5 or 6 groups
5 people cut in 7 episodes.
Yeah. Out of like 49, 48 people or groups. It's nuts.
It's not like American Idol when we would like see someone cut every other
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not great, this format for me. Anything else about anything you guys want to talk about? Because that's about it for me. I think I had another
Just,
category.
I mean, it's like every week is there's something problematic,
Yeah.
and
For the most part, it's everything. Unless it's like a group that just like blows your mind.
Just have a strong feeling that the finals will probably be a contemporary against contemporary.
Most likely, I think.
Yeah.
One thing I took note of that we were talking about a lot during this episode actually is that I saw, at least like when they show like their scoring sheet or whatever, personality is actually a category that they need to score in.
yeah.
So I wonder if there's like 10 categories and you have 10 points.
Yeah,
allocated each.
I'm real curious what's on their pads on that
Mhm.
that judging table. Like, what other things are they scoring them? Because they always say several categories, but not like. Of course, they're not going to say the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's just very curious.
I wish it would tell us. Yeah. Anything else? We're gonna have to wrap this up.
That's pretty much it.
I'm good.
Cool. Me too. Justin, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Wonderfell88.
Bueno. Eser, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Valserca. That's VALSERCA, and you can find me on Facebook.
Wasn't here last week, I'd say it, but
I said it.
you said it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
You got to say it now, though.
He's single.
And as always, I'm Russ, aka Lock and Robin. You can find me at Lock and Robin on anything else and everything else that you want to find me on. I'm also on Instagram though. So that's about it. That'll wrap up this episode of The Session. If you liked everything that you heard and want to hear more, go to dancefam.tv and check out the rest of our stuff and our previous episodes. Look for us on social media at dancefamtv and hashtag The Session. Next week we'll be doing a kind of a long episode because Tuesday are the last episode of qualifiers, and then Wednesday is the first episode of duels, and that's when we'll be recording that night. So
Oh my goodness.
expect a long one.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, maybe we'll get this live, but I'm doubting that right now. So if you notice any kind of a format or quality degradation, it's because we're trying something new. So bear with us. Hopefully get this figured out by next week. But until then, we'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.